Haskins with the realestateroundup.com. Welcome to your flip tip for the day. I want to say thank you to Calvin, hanging out with Calvin, helping me out today. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Chris?
All right, so I want to talk to you about a skill that you must master if you want to be a successful real estate investor. Actually, if you want to be a super real estate investor, you're going to have to master this skill. What skill am I talking about? Being able to talk to people. As you see, I'm talking to you, I'm talking into a camera, but my hopes and what my goal is for you to receive this information like I'm talking exactly to you. And that's what makes it so powerful when you're talking to the homeowner. You want to make it feel like you're talking directly to them and not about everybody that owns the house. You want to say, hey, look, I'm talking directly to you. So I'm going to go over some skills, some techniques, some different strategies to use, I don't say strategies, but some tactics to use to get your ultimate strategy is to get to know the homeowner, all right? So some tactics we're going to use to get to know people. And another way of saying getting to know people is going to be building rapport with your sellers. I meet people all around the country and they have a challenge with getting that connection with their sellers. I call it sometimes the common denominator. What can we share together that will help us to walk down the street together or get into the boat, as Greg Penny would say, get into the boat and start rowing it together. I'm gonna row the boat with you in the front, I'm in the back. The buyer or you are gonna be in the back with that rudder steering which way the boat goes, and your seller is just in the front, calmly keeping some momentum going, okay? That's kind of the image or the analogy that I want you to get when you start building rapport with your sellers. So the first thing we start in when we go, if you feel uncomfortable when you first go into the property because you know this is a distressed seller, and a lot of times when you first meet people, they could be uptight. The first tactic that we use, we have to mostly keep our focus on talking. What is the main thing that everybody likes to talk about? This was one thing everybody loves to talk about above and beyond everything else, and that is themselves. I so enjoy talking to people, and I'm going to tell you that I have a little advantage. I'm going to get to that, how I have an advantage because I was taught by my dad. But you can still get this skill quickly. We want to make sure the conversation stays on the other person. If you do that, people are going to love you. Okay, so the first thing we walk inside, Mr. Seller, how you doing? Hey, looks like a beautiful house. How's your family? Do you have a family? People can go on and on and on about their family and their children. You say, Miss Seller, hey, I see when you walk on the property, you're probably going to see pictures, perhaps, but do you have any kids? Or where are your children? You can get a good 5 minutes out of those two questions. Do you have family, parents around, brothers, sisters, or where are your children? You can get the seller talking more about that. As soon as you walk in the door, hey, where's your family? If you don't have anything else to say, you can always throw the family card, okay? Let them go. And we're going to continue to ask questions as opposed to making statements, because he who controls the questions controls the conversation, all right? So next thing we're going to move on to is work. Can you see that, Calvin? Okay.
Yes.
The next thing about our conversation is we're going to go to the seller's job. Hey, what do you do for a living? This is a nice house. What do you do for a living? Just be quiet. After you ask the questions, just shut up. Don't say anything. Let them go. Well, I work at whatever plant down the street, or I'm an electrician, or I'm a carpenter, or I'm in the military, or I work for whatever corporation. Let them go. After they tell you where you work, you can always dig deeper into how long have you been there? Do you enjoy that job? Has it been good to your family? You ever thought about maybe relocating for another job? You can keep digging down after you start talking about somebody's job. And don't be scared to keep digging on that, because the more you get to know them, the more they're going to like you. And then people that like you will henceforth do business with you, okay? So family, work, kids. Well, kids kind of go into family, but family is going to be broader for grandparents, aunts, uncles, all that stuff. If the person doesn't live in the town where if they're out of state only, you can always ask, do you have any family here? Talk about the family that maybe can help you either get access to the house, or sometimes there's a little burn, or I call it a little cut with family situations. And what I say by cut is, if there is a discourse or disconnect between a family member, you can always turn that knife just a little bit to get them talking about that problem that they're having with their family member, and that's going to disconnect them from the house, okay? So for example, say if you've got an out-of-state owner, but the aunt lives around, the aunt or the sister or brother lives close to the house you're looking to buy, but they don't get along with the owner. You can always ask, well, why aren't you using your brother to deal with this stuff? Why are you dealing with it? If they tell you they don't get along with their brother, you can always keep turning the knife just a touch on that cut. Just to turn that knife to get that blood gushing to see what is the problem, what is the disconnect between the family member here and them out of state. You want to kind of push on that wound just a little bit to make that seller back out. You want them backing out away from that property as much as you can. I'm here to tell you, when I went to Home Investors Training, the Ugly House people, we flew down to Texas. I was down there for a week. We spent a week from 9 to 7 strictly on building rapport with homeowners. So guys, this is stuff straight from the horse's mouth, straight from the pros. All right, origin. Now, Miss Smith, where you from? Where you from? That can give you another 10 minutes on building rapport. And when they say where they're from, say for instance, if they're from, let's say, North Carolina area. We'll say, this is what I want to get down to, attractions down there. You got that one too? So when they say where they're from, let's just say they're from New York City, you can always ask them, hey, I've always wanted to be there, tell me about the Statue of Liberty. Or if they're from Florida, you can say, well, how is the weather down in Florida? How do you enjoy the weather down there? Or if they're from somewhere that's cold, like a Minnesota or Detroit or Chicago, you can always ask about the weather. Oh, I like the weather. How's the weather up there? That would usually give you some more rapport building as well. Or if you've been to where they're from, say they're from Texas or they're from California, any particular area or city that they're from, try to draw a connection between either an attraction. I'm going back to this attraction here. If they're from Richmond, Virginia, you can ask them about an amusement park. Or if they're from Williamsburg, Virginia, you can say, yeah, you've ever been to Busch Gardens, if you've been there. Or say they're from Atlanta area, you can ask about Six Flags. Did you ever go to Six Flags? Or how is the airport? Because we know Atlanta has one of the biggest airports in the world, right? So you can say, how do you like flying out of that airport down there? That will give you some more common denominators just to keep them talking. Our goal is to keep them focused on themselves, all right? They're from New York. Man, I tell you, that's sure hot. Manhattan sure is getting crowded nowadays. Or you can use I've heard people are leaving New York City and coming down south now. Wherever you're from or wherever they're from, try to draw a connection of something that you may know about. Say there's a major river that flows through the city that they live in. Or anything that you may know about where they're from. It's going to keep them talking, because people love to talk about themselves and how they know or can relate to their city. All right, we went over origin, history. Yes, if you know a famous person that is possibly from where they're from also. So the history and origin kind of go together. Memories, this is another big one that they talked about at the Home Investors Training. Memories. If your seller grew up in that house, we can always attack that psychological motivation by talking about the positive memories that they've had in the house. If they grew up, I always ask, did you grow up here or what? Did you grow up in this house, Miss Smith? Yeah, I sure did. I tell you, my brother was something. I always come back, I bet you got some good memories here. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one time when my sister did A, B, C, or X, Y, Z. Crack this door, you can keep it rolling. Stuffy. Getting stuffy in here. Sorry about that. Memories. I bet you got some good memories in that house, Miss Smith. Yeah, let me tell you about when my mother, daddy, cousin, aunt, uncle did something. Just let them go. Let them dump on you. They want to talk about their loved one and the property that you're in, just let them go. Because the more they feel warm, that attachment to them talking about their family is going to fall on you as well. When they think about that good memory, they're going to look at you and say, Well, not only look at you, but they will remember you after you have left. If you talk about those warm feelings with their family, they're gonna have a psychic connection or psychological connection with you when they think about their aunt or uncle or their good memory with their mother, father, or sibling, they're going to remember your face. Because don't forget, you don't know how many people are going to be looking at this house. There could be 10 other investors. But what our hope is, and what we pray, is that the other investors are not going to sit down and talk to them about these warm memories. So they're going to remember your face. How we going on time, Mr. Rowan? Cool. So they're going to remember your face and that warm and fuzzy little experience that they had with their family, and they'll remember you. When you call them up, hey, Miss Smith, this is Chris Haskins from ABC House Buyers. They're going to say, oh, that's the guy, I love this guy. So hopefully they'll give you another step in the right direction of convincing them to do business with you. So memories, but you got a lot of good memories in that house, Miss Smith. Let it go, let it fly. Now, let me clarify that by saying, if they have bad memories, if they say, my mother or father used to abuse me, or I know my father remarried and his wife never accepted me. If you hear a little bit of hint of that, you're gonna strike this one. We're gonna strike through memories, guys, okay? We don't wanna use memories if they are bad, because what's gonna happen is when you call them back to make that offer, they're gonna associate you with that bad little memory with that loved one. So do not bring up memories if they were bad, okay? Remember that. Weather, attractions, events, something big that took place or is coming up in the near future in the city that you're in. You have to make sure you relate to current events in your town. So if you're talking to a seller that's possibly come into town, do a little research on big events from their city, like summer festivals or big shows or celebrities coming to their town where they're living. If they live in the same city that you're buying the house from, if all you guys are in the same city, make sure you do a little research on current events that are happening in your town so you'll have something to talk about. For example, we have a huge comedy show in Hampton, Virginia today. Cat Williams is coming here, so I know that I want to bring that up when I go meet my seller. Or if we got like we have a huge jazz festival here, I want to say, hey, man, you going to the jazz festival? Or what do you think about the people that are coming to the Hampton Jazz Festival this year? Open that up so they can start talking. Or if it's a baseball team in your town, what do you think about the Orioles or the Minnesota Twins or what have you? Current events that are taking place in the city that your seller is from or the house is in. Well, more or less where your seller is from or where they are. So you can draw that common denominator. The more common denominators you have, the more the seller's gonna like you and love you. And remember, I'm gonna say it again, I gotta repeat it. Want to do business with you, they have to like you and love you, or love you and like you, the same thing, in order for them to do business with you. If they don't like you, they're not gonna do business with you guys. All right, so I've gone over my main things here I wanted to cover today. How to talk to people. Remember, if you cannot talk to people, matter of fact, I've been going out with a coaching client the last couple of weeks, and he doesn't want to. We've been doing some pre-foreclosure stuff. So finally, he told me the other day that he has been talking to sellers. Let me just put him on the spot. What has changed so that it makes you want to talk to sellers, bro, Calvin?
I guess just getting over the fear of not knowing what to say.
So what to say, exactly what to say regarding pre-foreclosure.
Yes.
Yes. Well, maybe we'll do a video on that next time on the pre-foreclosure. What to say to pre-foreclosure, Scott? You think that'd be a good one?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we'll put that in the mental Rolodex. But you have to be able to talk to people. If you can't talk to people, guys, you're gonna do no deals. All the marketing you want to do, all the negotiating. You gotta be able to talk to people to negotiate. But all the one-liners, if you don't have rapport with them, the one-liners are not gonna work. And this stuff here is gonna give you the opportunity to build rapport with their sellers so they're gonna like you, all right? So you have to be able to talk to people in order for them to pull you in. And the main thing, the key, guys, ask the right questions for them to talk about themselves. Let them talk about themselves all day, as long as they want. What time we got, Cal?
14 minutes.
14 minutes, all right. Anything else you wanna cover? You straight on talking to people?
Yeah.
All right, strangers, this is going to break the ice real quick with strangers as soon as you walk in the door. All right, Chris Haskins with realestateroundup.com. I will see you in the next video. This has been a flip tip for the day. God bless.